What? Are they watching this? Oh, my name's Deja. Deja carries over. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your clothing brand.
So my clothing brand's called Daisy, and I started it in May.
Of what year?
Oh, of 2023. Yeah.
So how would you describe that process of starting? Like, what influenced you to just take that leap to create a brand? As well as the name. Where did we get the name from?
Okay, let's start with the like how I like decided.
How you took that leap of faith,
how I took that leap. So like around the beginning of the year, and even before, like I knew that I always wanted to start like a brand and stuff like that. It was just a matter of like figuring out like how and when, and then towards like March, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I put the plan into action because they're already like planned out, and then boom, May I dropped it, and then yeah. So the name Daisy, I don't know, I always just like the name like Daisy and stuff like that. I always wanted people to just call me Daisy and stuff, so instead of DASY, I did DAZEE because I felt like no one else is spelling Daisy like that, and it would be original and stuff like that as well. So yeah, and I did that, and I just love daisies as well, so that's why I'm like, let me just do Daisy because well, that bitch got a name named Daisy. Of course. Like, come on.
Very original.
Why does screen go black?
Hey guys.
Everybody go mute.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so how was your upbringing, like, you know, and your influence, and how did that also have to do with your influence of fashion, your upbringing?
So like from young, like I started sewing and stuff like that ever since I was young, and like I had ADHD and stuff, so like I wasn't really good at too many things, but like I was good at sewing and stuff from like young because of my grandmother. We love her. She taught me and stuff like that, and it was something that I could like really focus on, and that I really could like something that was like mine, like I was able to do, and no one was able to be like, you're not doing it right, this and that. Like I was able to do, and I was able to create, and it made me feel really good because like having ADHD, it's not easy growing up, and it's not easy like learning what other kids are learning. So being able to pick up on it and learn it and like just, you know, really appreciate it made me like love it more. And definitely like my grandma and like one of my teachers as well that taught me how to sew and like knit and stuff, they definitely had a big influence on my upbringing to like where I am right now.
So how would you describe like your current job title in the industry, or where would you place yourself in the fashion industry?
So I just say I'm a creative director, like I model here and there, not as much, like
okay.
Stop. I model here and there and stuff like that, like I don't know, I dabble in like a lot of things and stuff like that. It's just that for me it's just like I gotta focus on one thing. Like I have to focus on one thing in order to see it like excel and succeed. I can't like be all over the place. I have to have like one thing where I know like I'm gonna put everything in it and like watch it get successful and watch it succeed, and then I can start on other things.
Absolutely. So when you feel like you have a creative block in your mind, how do you get out of that state?
I just do new things, like I just try new things, like what is it? I join a fucking like kickboxing club and shit like that, or like I go out to the park and I start talking to birds. Like I just do new things, like or just when I'm like a creative like blockers that I have is like talking to people and stuff like that, and learning from people and understanding their perspectives on life and stuff, and it makes me think, and it makes me think of like all the things that I could be able to do just from hearing like their perspectives and their mindsets and stuff, you know. So I love learning new things and stuff. So definitely like getting out there and trying new activities and stuff like that, and just putting myself in situations that I've never been in and stuff is what helps me get out of a creative blockage.
What's like one lesson that you feel like you really learned in the fashion industry, or something that you'd even tell yourself prior to, just to give that heads up?
Just humble yourself. Like I know I'm not even that far yet into my journey, but something that I like learned, and I hope that I learn, is just to always be humble. And also, just because people like see what you're doing and stuff doesn't mean that you're friend. Just because people are all coming to you and they're so nice and they're friendly and stuff, it doesn't mean they're your friend. A lot of the times people will just use you for like what you have. Like they'll just use you because you're onto something, you're doing something. So definitely like be aware and look out for people who are not focused in actually like helping you grow. They're more focused in taking from you and learning everything they can from you and leaving you like in the dust because they, you know, they always like they admire you, but at the same time they're envious of you. So yeah.
Okay. Who do you feel like you want to gain your target audience, or what target audience do you feel resonates the most with you?
My target audience is it's most likely for more like young adults or adults and stuff, like probably the age range of like 26 to 16 and stuff like that. It just really depends on who wants to wear my stuff, because I have other stuff dropping as well too, so I know that's going to change soon compared to like the bunny hats where it's more like childlike, and you know what I mean. Like I didn't create my like things for children and stuff. Like I created my things for people to feel like they still have like a part of their childhood within them, and they can still be happy, and they can still be playful, and they can still be childlike and stuff like that. So I definitely target my my target audience is towards like more like adults or like teens and stuff.
Is there like any specific person that you think influences you the most when it comes to creating, or just the creative process?
Probably my grandmother, because she helps me really get those ideas down and create what I want to create. I know it's hard sometimes to just like start, especially like making it on your own. Like when you're not making it on your own and stuff, like it's easier. But like when you're making on your own and you're starting from scratch and you're sewing, you have to pick up the fabric. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to steam it. Like it's a lot to take in. So my grandma definitely, like, she's a big influence, because she helps me be able to learn and put those ideas down and create what I want to create without, you know, like being disappointed in what I created and stuff. So she's a big influence to me.
Okay. At what point do you feel like you just like felt that sense of like, I feel like I'm kind of on something, like I made it? Like, what was it? A specific person? Was it a specific thing said to you? Was it a specific like drop, launch, anything like that?
So right now I don't feel like I made it. I still feel like I'm in my struggle period and stuff like that. And I know eventually I'll be out of that struggle period and I'll feel a different way. Or I don't know if that's just how I'm always gonna think, because I'm always gonna want to like improve and be on to the next. But I think that when I know I made it, I don't even know. I think I'll just be at peace, because I don't view my success as being super popular and every like this and that. Like I view my success as me being happy and content and like what I do. So I think when I look back from like years later and see all the stuff that I created, and I'm like okay, like I'm happy with that, like I'm content, like I'm fine with that, then I think that I'll be in the stage of I made it. Also I made it too, like bitch, when I get money, like gotta get the bag up. Mm-hmm. When I know that I'm not struggling anymore and I don't have to like spend my whole paycheck on shit, on fabric and everything like that, that's how I know I made it. So yeah.
Where would you like to see yourself in the near future, maybe even in the next, I'll say 5-10 years?
So for the near future, I see myself owning my own studio space. I see myself dabbling in other things as well. I never want to be defined to one thing. Designing and fashion is just like a part of my personality, just a part of what I want to do. It's not like who I am as a person, because there's so many things that make me up as a person, but it's just a hint of my personality and what I want out of life. So I see myself having my own studio, but then I also see myself like making music and stuff, and I also see myself dabbling in like acting, because I've acted and stuff like that. And I also see myself like, I don't know, like just so many things. There's so many ideas that I have. It's just a matter of get it down and do it. You know what I mean? And focus on one, and so yeah.
Okay. If you have any motivational message or any positive message
be who you are for your pride. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Well, thank you for being on the show. We'll catch you in next week on
Pop That Pussy Like You Popped That Pussy Before.com.
.com.
Yeah.